This is Painting Platinum, and we're back painting the Orc Marauder. I'm here with Michael Collins.
Hey.
Justin's still out, so we're gonna handle things today. Awesome. All right. So, as per usual, we're gonna get 20 subs, and then we can give away the paint pokey tools.
So the goal is definitely 20 people.
No sound.
No sound? Oh. Let me turn it on for you.
Okay, we're getting
Yeah, all right.
Are we better?
Yeah, it helps when you turn the sound on. Like you can't.
Did I do it?
No, it was definitely.
Oh,
me.
okay.
It was
Okay.
100%
I think we're
me.
better.
Because everybody hear me fine. It was gonna be a very interesting show.
Oh, all right.
But we fixed it.
Good now. Okay, good. Hi everyone. Hi. Yeah, I was way too far from the mic because the only mic that was on Colin's desk. So
Way far away. So.
yeah, mic check. Here we go. All right. Hello. All right. Hello, Reaper is my crack, and Reaper Harley, and Corsair,
Ooh, hey,
Nomad Zeke. We got a lot of people. Graj Yeti, I'm using your pen still. I love it. Hashtag we're not professionals. That is kind of true.
Dave can speak for himself. I'm amazing.
All right. So, so we're going to continue the Orc Marauder, and we're going to give away 5 paint pokey tools if we get 20 subs. So, resubs, subs, gifted subs,
Twitch Prime.
any subs. Ooh, thank you for the sub, Valhallan.
Thank you, Valhallan. We appreciate that.
Awesome. Hi, Dave. I like the little
Planar Crossroads, we appreciate that raid.
Pikachu emote. It's very cute. Handsome smash. Hi, Planar Crossroads. Little party. Hi, Forever Night. Oh, I love it.
MJ Studio, thank you for the follow.
Love it. Thank you. All right. So, I guess let's get into it. You want to give me my little cam?
Do I want to?
Could you please give me my little
Absolutely.
cam? Michael Collins.
Bloop.
Perfect. All right. So here's my guy. He's not perfect. This got a lot more difficult from the skeleton, but we're making it.
Skeleton
We're
did
doing
feel
it.
like there was a lot less lining of the detail. It was a lot more just put all this on here.
I liked it though. I enjoy doing skeletons. Oh yeah, my kitty slippers. Okay, so Reaper Harley wanted me to show this because I wear special kitty slippers. Kind of like Mr. Rogers. I take my other slippers off. So give me my big camera again. Sorry about that, Collins. I'm putting you to work. But
It's just button mashing.
button mashing. I like to wear kitty slippers, and Reaper Harley thought I should show you guys.
Show everybody.
So
Lozoro?
What's this little-
Lozoro? Oh, that little graphic thing was from Bones 5 when we did that. And, you know, because I don't typically mess around with the details on this side of the screen, I don't know how to change it. So,
all right.
but we did get another sub, so that puts us 2 in.
Yay!
10% in there.
Thank you, Lazorel. Silvermane, I saw you ask that, and I don't know if any Canadians have gotten their. I think you asked about holiday paint earlier, and I don't know about that.
That is a good question to send to, well, I guess you're just asking the chat, but help at reapermini.com. is a
Help
good
at
place.
Reaper Mini. Awesome. Kitty slippers. And I only wear these on this show, so I come in and I take my other slippers off, and I put my kitty slippers on, like a Mr. Rogers-esque experience. All right. Little
Ready to go
camera.
back? All right.
Little camera.
Fade to little camera.
All right. Let's see. So we're going in with the Harvest Brown, the 9200, and I'm still finishing the leather parts, wood parts, leather parts. All right. I painted with my cousin's kids this weekend, and they are 7 and 5, and they really enjoyed the whole like putting little dots with the back of the brush. It was a pretty fun little experience. We got to talk about colors and how you can't make blue
Wait, how can you not make blue?
because it's primary.
That's reasonable. Yeah. All right. You can't make. Wait, There's no way to get two things that aren't primary back to the primary?
Nope.
If they're on the opposite ends, like purple and
You can make purple.
like green, like
No,
purple
you
and
can't.
green. And
You
then
can't
make them
reverse
blue?
engineer blue. No. I don't think.
Can you do a light? You can do a light though, right?
You might be able to do it with light. I don't know about light.
Light and color are supposed to be kind of the same, right? No?
Pigment and light, I think, are different. I don't know. I don't know. Somebody knows better than I in the chat, I'm sure. Grazietti says, back to grade school art you go, Collins.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Sadie's already doing way better than my paint jobs, and
Really?
I've been painting for a long time.
I beat
Mine
somebody, yay!
all look like my fingers have just been run across them. Matter of fact, oftentimes they still have the fingerprints still in them. That's how much paint I use when I paint.
All right. That's one thing Anne asked me when I started painting was, are you thinning your paints? So it seems like that's pretty important.
Nah, I just like to get it on there.
Slap it on.
The more the merrier. That's what my mom taught me.
Yeah, that is true. If one's good, 2 or 3 is better. Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much, StridingAragorn.
Yes, thank you.
We
Thank you
appreciate
for the
that sub.
How many subs do we have now? 4?
That would be a grand total of 3. Don't try and add one here.
Elinette says pigment and light theory are opposites.
Well, I don't like that idea.
Yeah, it is kind of rough. All right, so I'm just getting his little boots done, and then I need to do the shield because it's a wooden shield with little spikes on it. And I haven't painted anything there, so it's having a little trouble going on watered down, so I'm just putting it on really thick, like right from the bottle. So we are, what, we're like 6 days out from Christmas. Everybody doing Christmas, doing holiday plans? Anything fun? You've already done your holiday stuff, right, Collins?
Yeah, I successfully negotiated my way out of having to do anything at all for Christmas.
Wow.
Except for acquiring a dog. And I think
What?
that's supposed to happen on Sunday.
A new dog?
Yes.
Why?
Well, our dogs are getting old.
Okay.
They're both 12 and a half. And so, for a lot of reasons, having a younger dog come back into the house is kind of a good idea.
Yeah.
But before that happens, I have to fix 2 8-foot panels of fence that have come down and some other fun house stuff that needs to be done. And,
So is there a specific dog?
we rescued a dog, a Belgian Malinois, I believe.
What is that?
And it's a shepherd mix. It's
Oh.
kind of like a high energy shepherd mix with semi-short hair. And we're going to go pick her up.
Oh my goodness. Do you have a name for her?
Her current name is Beauty.
Oh.
But I'm not sure if that's the name. Danny and I have always prescribed to getting to know the dog, meet the dog for a little bit, and then name the dog based off of their personalities.
You dirty hippies.
Yeah. So Nestle, my Dachshund, was appropriately named, not only because she is chocolate colored, but also because she, like every Dachshund, wants to get under the clothes and kind of burrow into. She
Oh.
wants to nestle. And then my other dog is Spring. And Spring, we got on a spring break, and when we first met her, she jumped around and hopped a lot. So we did that.
Oh, she's precious. Well, that's going to be a lot of fun. We got to beat the devil out of it. Let's see. Achilles Blade already won a Reaper Pokey tool, so not able to win. I love it. I hope whomever wins them enjoys theirs as much as I enjoy mine. I love it. I've still lost mine. I've really been looking for it and I can't find it. So.
Was yours different than the regular Poke tool?
No, it's this one, the like polished one. Except I think this one is red. Maybe it's not. I think this one has like a red kind of cast on the
On the shaft?
on the shaft, and mine doesn't have that. I could be wrong. All right. So, that is finished. So we've used, oh, we're not even done with the base coat part. So I'm going to use, we used Naga Green and Leather Brown for the skin. And we used Desert Sand and Mountain Stone for the fur. So I need the Naga Green for the grass.
Playing Crossroads, our goal is 20 subs, and then we'll give away 5 Pokies. And we are
20
currently
subs.
at 3. Oh, nope, 4. If my math is correct.
Oh.
Thank you very much, Navarp, for your sub. Hopefully I said that right.
Dark Kosami. I'm saying that right, but the Poke tool is for when the paint gets clogged. So like, let's pretend that's clogged. And
Which can happen if you're not properly paying attention to how you're closing your lids or just leaving it out. It's not an uncommon thing to have happen.
Or I think if they just get old. I mean, a lot of the paints we still use down to mix, like to match the mixing, they have this problem. It's probably something I'm doing wrong, actually, to be honest. Okay, so you poke it in there. Be careful not to just like really force it because it could come out the side.
You don't want to stab yourself with the
You
Poke
do not
tool.
want to stab yourself with the Poke tool. And then, yeah, it should be unclogged. So, and don't ever like try and force it if you don't have a Poke tool. You need to get something because I tried to force some just right out of the bottle and it exploded on my shirt.
Pop the cap
Oh
off.
yeah, it popped the nipple
Yeah.
right off. Paul John's Life, no, not for stabbing your enemies. We can't condone that. Wouldn't that be terrible advertising?
Like, yeah, just do this on anybody. I mean, any bottle.
Yeah.
Not ideal. We are going to
All right.
abstain from hurting other folks.
Hashtag free. Yeah. Hashtag free. People use paper clips. I don't know how. Paper clips seem so wide, but I guess it works.
I have found that my solution is just to take the top off. Now, that's
Yeah, I do that
That is not
sometimes.
ideal because that makes it really hard to have consistent paint mixing. But as we've discussed earlier, I just finger paint it anyway, so it's not a big deal.
You use it like a pot. Did you ever use the pro paints in the pot?
Actually, when I started working here, we were phasing those out. So no, I never actually had any of the Master Series in pots.
Those are the ones that Dave gave me like a whole bunch of. I had a whole box of those.
Oh.
And I liked them. Liked them a lot. They might still be somewhere. I might not have thrown them away. There's a storage container that might have my old Reaper paints in them, which would be wonderful. They've frozen by now though, so they're no good.
But the container might be just clean it out.
Yeah.
Put more paint in.
Or I can just have a little swatch. A little, whatever. I think we actually have all that, though. I could be wrong. I think we have all the pro paints, like, and they may be dried out, but if we ever wanted to make them, we could see what they look like dried. So I'm looking at this guy. I think this is fur underneath right there. I think that'd be fur. Trying to figure out what that is. Anyway, so yeah. There's some pretty colors in the pro paints that I like, but I don't think they'd be particularly useful. Like, I really like the rose quartz, but we don't have a whole lot of pinks, and I think it's because people don't.
Do we not have a lot? I feel like we had a bunch of pinks. Am I wrong for that?
The Pathfinder has a lot of pinks.
Okay.
We only have one pink in the Bones line. Ann and I were talking about this.
There's not a lot of paints in the Bones line, right? It's only like 50.
There's
paints,
100.
Right?
Well, no. There are 96 now.
Okay, almost 100.
That we added the HDs. Oh, and by the way, those are going on sale next week, I think. I think they're
speaking of on sale, what's coming up real soon that's important?
the Sophie Champagne.
Oh.
Is that what we're talking about?
Well, I mean, that's going to be on the 23rd.
That's going to be on
next
the
week.
23rd, so that's going to be the next paint to come out. So I guess I'll show that off. All right. So that's it. It's a nice light gold. It's got kind of white and gold sparkles.
It's almost like a shiny khaki.
It is a shiny khaki.
Kind of like, hey, I starched my khakis a little too much.
Melon, I don't know if it's going to be limited in quality. I think quantity, not quality. It's going to be unlimited quality. Thank you, Michael Collins.
I'm here for you.
No, I think we'll make more for the rest of the month. I'm not sure when we'll stop making it, or if people are just in love with it, if we'll still make it. We've kind of gone back and forth about that because it's kind of a holiday color, Like the rose gold, that's an all year color, but Sophie Champagne's a New Year's color.
Okay.
So
I'll just nod. I mean,
All
that's,
right.
that is above my pay grade type conversation.
I just like to talk about the secret inner workings of Reaper, just so everybody gets in on it. Until I get in trouble, I'll just go as far as I can.
Ooh, Madame Gorgonzola is a good plan to use this.
Oh yes, she's thinking of using Sophie Champagne for the wings of a clockwork dragon. I like that. I like that a lot.
And then earlier, in regards to the conversation about pots versus bottles, we had the Meneth. Bottles seal much better than pots, so many of his old Citadel paints dried out. I can concur. I used some texture material from them, and I didn't close my pot well enough. And then a $9 bottle of texture all dried, and I can't get to any of it. It's awful.
It's like a paperweight now.
It is it's in the trash. So
it's garbage. You're not a hoarder?
I am a hoarder, but not for things I just cannot use.
Cass in the game store says that he's going to use it to paint his nativity scene for like a star, maybe? Or maybe he was going to make a sparkle Jesus. I'm not sure. But I think it's for a star.
Star would probably make more sense, but sparkly Jesus is a genius idea.
Yeah. Knots and Stitches said, Sadie, find the line by crossing it. Yes. My mom always told me that it's better to ask forgiveness than to ask permission, which is kind of an odd thing for a parent to
bestow upon their child.
Yeah, but I was like, that's genius, Mom. Thank you.
Underscore coffee. I'm not gonna even try to say the first part because I'm really bad with this.
Connemara.
I don't particularly prime my bones. I just wash them with soap and water, but it also kind of depends on what you're trying to do.
Okay, so because we said they were, like, in the instructions, it said they're ready to use, I just used them right out. Melon likes my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Who don't, she'd say. I like her, too. Normally, I would say scrub it with soap and warm water, dry it off, and all that kind of thing. But I just did it right out of the box, so I could say I did it right out of the box, and it's fine.
So to make sure to clarify, we didn't open these out and clean them at all. You just
quite
literally
no.
All right. And
no,
it seems like they've been doing pretty good.
Yeah, I just use a thick base coat. It's apparently a subject of much controversy. So Justin had to tell people to keep it classy last week, and I don't think our people get too rough.
And I guess to add on that, to further emphasize how bad I'm at painting, I also don't, outside of the washing, don't really do much of anything else to them because I put so much paint on my miniatures.
Yeah, that's how you do it. It's
just real thing. You know what?
It on there.
I don't really need details. I'm just looking for some color to make it work.
Well, yeah, and people paint for different reasons, right? So if you were doing like an army, it really wouldn't matter. Or
depending on who you're asking, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of those people are.
Let's see. I'm looking for the skin color. Skin. 1 part Naga green to 1 part leather brown. So I'm going to go back over his skin. I was hoping to finish this today, but we'll kind of see. I'm a little slow.
It's okay, Sadie. We got all the time.
That's right. And the longer I take on these kits, the more time I know I have here. I won't get canceled. I could stretch this out for a year or so.
Oh, the goal is at least to do it as if we're not trying to stretch it out artificially.
No.
Right.
With the holidays and everything, it's already been sort of stretched out.
Yeah.
So I've got 1 more mini to paint in this kit. And then
we go to kit 2.
Kit 2.
And then by that time, kit 3 should be out, right, Rhonda? Is she here?
What? I thought there was only another kit that was coming out in the Kickstarter. I didn't know about kit 3. Are you telling secrets?
I am saying things that have been said before, so I am not breaking any banks. Oh, Mellum, thank you very much for all those bits. We appreciate it.
So who told you about this?
Ron announced it on Reaper Live mid-year. Yeah.
I guess I didn't hear that one.
Yeah.
I try to listen to Reaper Live from downstairs, and the internet's not that great.
Oh, that's a good. I like that excuse, Sadie. I like that excuse. It's the internet's fault.
It is the internet's fault. The internet's not that good here. Just the regular internet, not the Wi-Fi. We can't have Wi-Fi anymore because somebody downloaded. What was it they downloaded? Zoolander 2. Something kind of iffy.
Well, Beef in the Hole, thank you very much for spending some of those magical coin circle dot things.
What are the coin circle dots?
There are some kind of currency. I just know that when people spend it, their messages get highlighted. So I feel like it's important to
Nice.
emphasize that
Yes,
since they're
thank
spending
you.
something on it.
We love that. We love that about you. All right. So I'm going back over the skin because I got a little bit of wood on the skin. Now I'm getting a little skin on the wood, so it might defeat the purpose. But you know what? I think his skin's most important.
Rax, thank you very much for the little triangle things.
What are the triangles?
I'm pretty sure those are more bits, but they're moving triangles.
Yeah. Yeah. Channel point, says Grazietti. What is a channel point? Anybody know?
That is a currency that in theory we're going to do something with at some point. Maybe make it so that those channel points can be turned into some kind of tangible good or physical good.
I like that.
To have fun with.
I can't wait until we get a new Mama-san emote. I know I'm not the only one.
Good night, Chanaru.
Good night. Oh, the sword hand. Thank you, Tazlan. She must have watched the last one. Or maybe not. Oh, I haven't gotten that at all.
Maybe he's wearing a glove. We're gloving him. There we go.
White glove.
Yeah. Happy little mistakes. Or little trees clouds.
Happy accidents. Or something. All right. There are no mistakes, only happy accidents. I think that's what Bob Ross said.
He clearly never met my brother.
I've never met your brother. Is he a mistake? Does he watch this?
No. My little brother is not prescribed to our hobby.
Does he know what you do, or does he get confused?
No, he understands the basis of it. He works for Academy Sports, and so he understands like the marketing part of my job.
I gotcha.
And the fact that it's retail, he understands that. But outside of that, there is no other similarities between me and my brother.
Let's see. I've been painting for what, a month now? My family thought my job was to paint here for
just to do the
5-7 years, yeah.
And this is the first time you're painting?
Yeah. I mean, I've painted a little bit, but not the way you're supposed to. I've just globbed it on like you finger
like
painted.
I do, yeah. I treat it like a coloring book.
Yeah.
Do my best to stay in the lines.
I was really making it challenging, and I'd get the little people, and I'd try to do like contouring and highlighting, and I'd make them tan and blonde, like all of them. And then, yeah. And then they wouldn't turn out well, and I'd get frustrated. Or I'd do the eyes, and it would end up looking goofy. Planar Crossroads, we love you too.
Absolutely. We super appreciate all that.
There's a lot of love
positivity.
here. I like this little group.
You
Y'all
know, I
are
was saying
neat.
that yesterday. I feel like our community is arguably one of the best that I've seen on Twitch. Everybody seems
hands down.
really positive.
I've seen some spooky stuff on Twitch.
Sadie, don't forget to move him up just a little bit.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No worries.
Oh, he's looking better. He's looking like he's got toothpaste all around his mouth. He's got little teethies. Oh, are you helping me? Thank you. People can't see you, so I guess I didn't need to announce it, but Vigo's Peeps asked what green I'm using for the skin. I'm using 1-to-1 Naga green and leather brown.
Which is, of course, in the instruction manual.
Yes, it is in the instructions. All right. So are the Reaper forums back up? Somebody said this and the Reaper forums are really nice.
I didn't think the forums were down.
Oh, are they not down?
They're not down.
I thought they were like on pause.
Yeah, I would say that there's less traction there than there used to be. So we were talking about some ways to deal with that situation.
I haven't gotten on there. I need to.
I don't know, with the rise of social media and all its different tools and activity and stuff like that, I feel like you can get a lot of the same stuff that you're finding in the forums and things like the fan groups and stuff like that.
A lot of people don't like the Facebook.
And that's understandable and perfectly
But you
reasonable.
kind of have to be there for most groups. Trashorama. I would
That's such a
love it
good
if you would
idea.
spam Bob Ross every time I wash my brush out. I do it just like Anne, I feel like. I mean, maybe not, but that's what I hear in Anne's office when she's painting.
The math, I did actually. Anytime we kind of do a raid, we usually turn off all of our sound and listen to what the people have to say. It was definitely entertaining. In case you were not aware, Sadie, we raided a nice young lady who was very new at 3D sculpting.
Really?
So she was in the midst of doing that. She was a little shocked to get the 150 or so people we sent over
I
there.
love that.
It was a very entertaining experience.
Yeah. I tried using Reaper liners for the first time last night. I'm curious what people use it for. I used them as a base coat for a model primed white, Glen H20H. I did hear that that was a good use for them because the liners kind of have a kind of a chemical structure that makes them cling. I used them, let's see, but I had a feeling that I could have done the same thing with a washed or thinned out paint. Was I missing something? No, they are good for priming. Do you know any more about that, Michael Collins?
I'm sorry, I was typing and I can't multitask.
Oh, the liners. They're used to prime sometimes.
I don't know. I know that people like Clever Crow and Michael Proctor say that the blue liner is the greatest thing ever created, and uses it for a wide variety of stuff. Same thing too with like the brown liner. Both of those things are really good tools. I did not have been aware of them being used as primers.
Yeah, they're a little different. They're kind of I don't know. I was asking Anne about it because they smell a little different. And she was saying that, yeah, they're chemically just a little bit different, and they almost kind of like attach into the material you're working in. All right, so I'm going to go in with the black. 9037, pure black.
Yeah, Beef, I would use liner. I use liners kind of like I do the contrast paints from GW. Is I use them to help with my other paints right before I put my fingers all over it.
Beef in the Hole says yes. He says Reaper or she. Reaper liners are good to thin down and use as wash as well. James Wapple uses them a ton with his paint jobs. Sigwolf says, so they're used as a primer, as a base coat for bones. They're not actually a primer, but they stick really well. Yes, that's what I was trying to say.
I feel like that is given that Sadie and I are not
Hashtag not professionals?
painting masters here, we're going to go with that. Sounds like as good as answer as any.
Yeah. I feel like you guys are kind of teaching me. I mean, Rhonda's teaching me more than anything with her little learn to paint kit here, but I'm learning a lot from the chat.
Oh, Glenn, that's sad to hear that it's been that long since you had an opportunity to paint. Hopefully
Yeah, you
you'll
need to take some
get
you
more.
time.
Self-care.
Self-care is so important. What's everybody's favorite self-care other than painting? What does everybody need to do to feel good?
Any Ryan Reynolds movie.
Do you really watch Ryan Reynolds movies?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I like that.
He's my man crush if I have to choose one.
Uh-oh. Yeah, a couple weeks ago we talked about Justin's man crushes, so we might as well get yours in here.
It begins and ends with Ryan Reynolds.
Okay. That's enough.
I lied. Hugh Jackman is going to be my solid number 2.
I heard he's an amazing singer. Not really. I heard he didn't really do that well in that. What was it, Les Mis?
What? I think he did great in Les Mis for his role.
I didn't see it.
He wasn't as bad as Russell Crowe. Whoa.
Maybe Russell Crowe's the one, but I really think it was both of them. Let's see. Loud music, going for power walk or get lost in books, says M. Shale.
Ooh, I like Dark Kasami says that her food is their particular
Food?
yeah
Yeah.
self-care.
I think
and
Melon is saying Japanese food. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the old the eel roll and the eel sauce for my sushi. It's like barbecue sauce but thick.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. I like eel. I wouldn't think I would, but I like it.
I'm pretty complex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we have everything based pretty well, except for I forgot this the shield. I keep thinking he's made of like a metal, but he's wooden. Okay, so you'll notice I have this harvest brown watered down a little bit, so it's kind of wanting to bead off. It's kind of like shrinking up.
This is a good example of why you should wash the miniature right here. Because what's causing it to do that is the mold release on the shield. It's causing it to do that.
Huh, I thought it was because my paint's not thick enough.
It's a combination of the two things.
Wow.
But simple solution, add more paint.
Thick paint. Finger it right on there,
Yeah.
like Collins would do. I would like to see somebody finger paint a miniature.
All right, challenge accepted. That's going to be your first, after you get done doing all these paint sets.
Man, I've got a lot of plans for after I get done with these paint sets. I
Yeah.
can't wait to use some other colors.
Finger painting by numbers will be their first show.
Though, limited palette, that's how I learned it. I mean, I'm not very good at it, but oil paint, like our teacher wouldn't let us use all the colors, and I've only ever sold one painting, but it was one of my limited palette paintings. It's a real pretty yellow one. But yeah, I can't wait to get into some other colors, like the coal black. I want to use the coal black everybody's so excited about.
Well, hopefully we still have some by that time.
Oh, I'll still have some. I will still have some. Or my champagne color. I actually thought about finishing him and then putting like a little highlight like the YouTuber makeup people do. A little highlight on his cheeks. Champagne highlight. Anne says that's not the best idea though, because if you use a metallic highlight, then you're not really taking into consideration where the light is coming from. So it won't give you the effect you want, like depending on how you move it. It kind of decides for itself where to highlight, as opposed to you doing it with like a non-metallic.
Oh, it always comes back to what's the purpose of what you're painting. Like if you want it to be there from kind of the same angle that you're going to have all the time, like for a miniature that's on a table for a game, it's probably not going to make too much of a difference. But when you're doing something like a competition piece where they're going to pick it up and turn it and look at it, having the metallic there is going to, as it reflects on the light, depending on how they're holding it, is all going to affect that stuff.
Interesting. All right.
Well, that is good to hear that your cat did not destroy the miniature, at least.
Sometimes you have to sacrifice things for your cats, or they will sacrifice them for you.
Truth. Chris Busy Live, we appreciate you sending people towards us. Learn to paint kits are great.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Zulajita, at this juncture, we are quite a few number of subs away in order to get a free, or to get the giveaway. I did turn it on because I have faith in our group.
I think so.
I think we need 15 more subs.
15 more subs, and then we
5
can give away
pokies are given away.
5 pokies. These right here.
And we only have about 30 minutes left, so.
That's all right. That is all right. Okay. One of these days, I'm going to start either using something to magnify or wearing readers, because I feel like that actually might help my getting paint where I don't want it to go problem. That and brush control, which I think is going to come with practice. All right. Okay, I think I have everything based appropriately except for his weapon and his metal spikes and boot toes. He looks better on camera than he does in real life, I think.
Just a little bit of color control. Do a lot.
Color control?
Yeah, a little bit of that does a lot.
Yeah. Crispy's Live says, I have a pair of hobby glasses, but they give me headaches when I use them. Yeah, I've seen people use those. I mean, not like we have the camera on me very often, but I feel like those wouldn't be the most entertaining things to watch people paint in. Maybe it would. Just wouldn't have my eyeballs, my expression makers.
Well, most of them have these things, so when you're
Okay,
using
yeah,
it, and then when you get done, you just kind of lift it up.
Lift it up.
Little visors. Or if you want, maybe in the future we can set up like a little magnifying glass thing there, so that you can play under the magnifying glass.
I do have a magnifying glass that mounts on the table, and it's got little arms so you can like hold stuff, and
Like
it's
little fly fishing type pincher things. So you can build fly
yeah.
fishing.
I don't know anything about that, but yeah, that's probably what it's for. I got it to practice eyelash extensions on a mannequin, and then I didn't like it, so I didn't do it anymore. Somebody, No Need to Clerch, said, my cats take my tools. My daughter woke up with an X-Acto knife in her bed, no injuries. Thank God.
Wow, that's scary.
I fall asleep with
Melon,
knives
we
in my bed.
appreciate that.
Oh
Look
my
at that.
goodness,
Just
thank
straight
you,
into
Melon.
Poke Tool giving right there. Oh, that's
Melon wants
super
us to get
awesome.
some pokies out there. Thank you, Melon. Ah, you're the best. Melon, you're local, aren't you?
That would be incorrect. Melon
Really?
is in the UK. Although I believe she will let us
What?
know.
Melon came to our party.
Did she?
I swear. Because that's how I know her name is Melon and not Malin. Because she came to the party. Or else I'm crazy and it was our ghost. We were just talking about the ghost downstairs.
Oh, nope, I was wrong. I apologize.
Oh, okay. 45 minutes away. Okay. I was really getting used to the idea that there's a melon ghost. He's a mimic, that ghost.
Mm-hmm.
In Garland.
Oh, I'm going to be going there recently. Saturday or Sunday to drop off our exchange student.
Oh, yeah, you have an exchange student. That's
do.
the sweetest thing I've ever heard. Y'all are so young to be exchange parents.
Exchanging parents. All right. It's been entertaining.
Maybe not. Maybe people are maybe I'm just getting older and I still feel like everybody's really young.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to use the 9452 blade steel, and we're going to do those spikes and the boot toes and the sword. I think it's a sword, big square sword.
Trash that. We're exchanging them for the experience of being a parent, which both of us have recognized we're probably not ready for.
I don't know. I think
Dar-
you're ready.
Yeah, well, Darky is from China.
Oh, you can have beef in the holes, kids.
I think I've
Thank
learned
you.
already that I'm good. I think I'm going to get this other dog, and I'm going to stick to dogs for another few years, and then we'll worry about it then.
I think all the young people that work here right now should have babies at the same time, and we should get a Reaper daycare. And I should be the Reaper daycare art teacher.
Oh, okay. I mean, this is a very thought-out plan.
I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about it. Wouldn't that be the best daycare ever? A Reaper daycare?
It could be. It could be definitely fun. Ooh, we may have some good news about princesses, Bethany and Jimmy.
I'm ready to see what kind of baby this is. Boy or girl.
Let me see if you pull up the old Twitter.
Pull up the Twitter. All right. The Minaith, 4.5 weeks until my baby arrives. What kind of baby are you having, Minaith? Boy or girl? Or do you know? I don't know how people can wait that long. That'd be so crazy to just wait and not know. A boy!
That sounds awesome.
Boys are amazing. Bless you.
Girls are awesome too, though. I'll take it from either one.
More of my mom's wisdom. She says that you're going to pay for boys younger because they're going to do the mischief and the getting dirty and whatever, but they'll end up being really laid back when they're teenagers, and girls are like real sweet up until they're teenagers.
And then they turn it into nightmares.
And then they're monsters.
Oh, wow.
Not me, of course.
Wait, else because you were a permission girl, or you were a forgiveness girl,
Right.
not a permission girl. Okay.
I have too much anxiety to be bad. I always thought if I do something bad and go out and my mom doesn't know where I am, I'll end up dead and nobody will ever know where I went. I watched a lot of crime shows.
Right. You're absolutely right. Too much anxiety.
Like that one time you lied to your parents, get kidnapped.
Well, Val under the red, good luck. I hope that your Draco list does really well.
Glenn H25 heard the same thing, that boys are rough when they're young. And also Chip Douglas says that as a dad of 2 teenage girls, that statement is 100% true.
Nomad, you good luck. I found mine by shooting her with paintballs and throwing water on her, like a classic toddler flirting activity.
What was the question? What was it? Oh, still trying to find a missus.
Oh, I did, Melon, that we are still waiting on some more information, but that we are in process. So we're going to have a little brush here soon enough.
Nomad Zeke, I've heard that if you do your thing and just focus on your own stuff, that the right lady usually just comes in. I went into my boyfriend's glass shop and met him.
Well, that's super sweet.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I was single, so I was doing all the go and check things out, and if I get invited to something, go. And I went to his glass shop and I saw his work and I really, really loved it. And we super hit it off. And yeah, so he was just minding his own business and not using the Tinder or anything. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but kind of just letting things go the way they go, and that's what happened.
Oh, we got rated again.
Oh
Super
my goodness.
Also, Planner Crossroads, thank you very much for that statement. I 100% agree. No 2 children are the same, so.
All generalizations are false, says Osmodius Soulpire.
Which is just a funny statement in and of itself, because he's making a generalized statement while saying generalizations are not correct.
Yeah, you're right. I'm a little slower.
Humorous. I find that humorous.
It is humorous. Nomad Zeke thinks the one for him tripped over a curb and got hit by a car.
Oh, that's so dark.
I don't think so. Vigo's peeps, I met my husband just chatting on AOL more than 20 years ago. Oh, I love it. Melon, you have 8 children? 5 girls, 3 boys. That's wonderful.
That is the kind of family that my significant other came from. Her grandmother ended up raising her, but I think Granny had 8 or 9 kids. And each one of her kids each had a bunch of kids. So her family's huge. My family is all of 6 people, and we don't talk to some of them.
I'm one of 4, 3 half siblings though. So I'm my mom's only, but my dad has 4. So I'm right in the middle, I guess. Hi, Scott Beal. You're not late. You got here right in time.
Absolutely. Garage Eddie, that's a cool story. Meeting his wife on World of
World of
Warcraft.
Warcraft. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. K. Wendy LaRue says Bug Lips and I found each other on the Reaper forum and we're both nuts. There's hope for everyone.
That's so true.
Melon, I have 13 grandkids and 1 great-grandchild. Melon, you don't look old enough to be great or grand. Family dynamics sometimes blow. 0 children. Crispy Z Live, me too. No children here. Collins doesn't have children.
Yeah.
My cousin has 2 kids and my best friend has 2 kids. So those are my young friends.
My brother has a little girl, so I have a niece, and that's pretty much the only child. So she's spoiled as all get out. So
I hope I don't have nieces and nephews anytime soon. My siblings are babies. I mean, they're grown-ups, but they're babies. You know what I
Melon,
mean?
I thoroughly enjoy Scarborough. It's a very fun time of year for us.
I've never been.
It is worth the trip. Every bit worth the trip.
I wonder what I'm supposed to do with this guy's teeth.
Ground Zero, my wife and I are going for the dog side of the same thing, but yeah.
Right.
That's awesome, Planner. How old is your baby?
Under the Red says, I'm 50 years old and missed my entire window for dating and or having children. As soon as I got back from the Corps, I had to help take care of my grandfather who has Alzheimer's. Soon after he died, Mom lost most of her mobility and I take care of her. I'm kind of in the same sort of situation. I take care of my grandma who has dementia with my grandpa. He does most of it, but I sit with her after work. But that's kind of a blessing too. Like sometimes I'm like, you know, I'm kind of glad I haven't had children yet, so I get to hang out more with my grandparents, because not everybody gets to hang out with their grandparents real late. It's kind of a blessing, and the older you get and the older they get, they start being like real with you and telling you stories and getting kind of inappropriate. And I don't know, that seems like more fun than most children. Old people getting inappropriate, I mean.
I agree. Some of the best stories I've had are ones that were repeated way too many times because my grandfather couldn't remember what he did and didn't say. But
that's all right.
I also learned how to smile and nod from that man. My mother played a joke on him with the doctor because the doctor thought my grandfather was understanding everything, and he had hearing aids that he would often turn off when he didn't want to listen anymore. So my mom said, you know, he just not understanding what you're saying. And the doctor was like, yeah, he does. He's nodding. He's completely coherent. She's like, okay, let's test this. I want you to walk in there and tell him that we're prepping for his sex change and that is he ready? So the doctor went in and did it. And my grandfather just smiled and nodded like everything was normal.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. My poppy's now passed, but he used to turn his hearing aids off when my grandma would get kind of sassy with them. And you'd hear that. Yeah, dementia does do that. Who said that? Glenn H25. Me and my grandma do almost nothing but watch Mad Men and perv over Don Draper. We love Don Draper. She calls him Neil. That's her husband's name. He kind of does look like my grandpa a little bit. Old Don Draper. John Hamm. That's his name. Silvermane had to run out for a puppy potty emergency. I hope that went okay. Wants to know how we're doing on the subs.
Oh, Melon got us in there, so we're locked in for giveaways. I think we were at 25 now, so we're awesome. Now, if you're talking about the overall picture, like what's our total subs, I don't actually know where that's located in any of our trackers. That's gonna have to be a wait till Justin gets back question. So
Valander, I don't think you're ever too old, because you can always just help other children. You don't necessarily have to be a parent. Like one of the podcast ladies I listened to said, you don't have to be a mother to mother, you know? Mm-hmm. Like if you're really into being a parent, you could help parents that need a little help, which, I mean, we have no shortage of that. Or
it is also important to know that having children is not for everybody.
It's not. Well, sure isn't.
Not. Thanks, Beanie Wizard Studios, for that sub. We super appreciate it. Also, Valander, I also was in the Marine Corps, so it's also nice to see more brothers.
Oh, brothers.
Yeah. One of the oldest fraternities ever known.
Treasure Rama, who's your friend on Mad Men? I must know. Is it the one that went crazy and cut his nipple off? Because I'm fond of him. Adoption. Melon, that's a good idea.
Foster care is another good thing. That's what my parents did for a long time. I'm my mom's first child, but they had foster kids ever since I was born. So there's all kinds of great ways to help those that need it, no matter the age.
Absolutely.
And exposing them to wonderful hobbies like ours is a great way to help
Absolutely.
relax, draw focus and attention in a world where everybody wants to be on their phone. And
Oh yeah, I love getting kids to do stuff with their hands instead of being on the phones. And I like to tell them things that like maybe I shouldn't. Like me and my cousin's kid got to talking about demons a little bit. She kind of looked a little nervous. And he wanted to know if Christmas or Hanukkah was better, and I told her Hanukkah was better. Told him Hanukkah was better, and she didn't like that much either. I mean, I don't know what's better anyway, but
Quindy LaRue, that is exactly what my wife says.
what?
That she has me, and it's just like having a child. She doesn't need any more.
We're giving away Poke Tools, by the way. If we get to 20 subs, we're giving away this Poke Tool.
We already got our 20 subs.
We got 20 subs.
Yeah, we're at 25.
We're giving away Poke Tools, guys. What's up for the giveaway? OBJ Josh said. That's what we're doing. That's what we're giving away, these Poke Tools. Made by either John or Dave. They are a pain to make, so they're not just regular on sale yet, but they will be one day, and for now you can get them on our show. Let's see. Melon was adopted, found her birth mother in her 30s. 9 wonderful years together before she passed away from ovarian cancer. If I hadn't met her, I wouldn't have known to be looking. The year after she passed, I was diagnosed. It was very early stages. But if I hadn't known to be looking, I'd be dead today. That's crazy, Melon. That's rough stuff. And that is highly heritable.
Melon and Planer have both been reaching out to me about doing some more stuff for cancer awareness via paints and other stuff. So
I love that.
I have set some time, or attempted to set some time aside with Dave, Ed, Ron, Adrian to see what we can do to help promote those pieces of information.
I would love that. That's great. Yeah, just being aware of your family history is pretty important beyond the genetic tests, which I'm pretty sure are kind of expensive. Imminently bored, Poke Tools are what we would use. Like, let's say this paint is clogged on the nipple. You would take the Poke Tool and you would poke it in here. You'd be very careful lest it poke through the side, which I'm pretty sure I've seen happen. The more times I say that, the less confident I am that can actually happen.
Plus, the more you do it and you're being careful, but it's really easy when you're in a hurry or a rush or something. You don't want anything to dry too quickly, but you can't get to your paint, that you're just jabbing it in there, and you don't want to jab it in there at the wrong angle.
Val under the red, I think your lady's out there. She might be just about to get a divorce. She might be into D&D hard. You never know. So literally poke. Absolutely imminently bored. That is absolutely what we do. Navar bought a Poke Tool in the shop. I bet that was around ReaperCon. I think we had some around ReaperCon. John makes the whole bunch of them, but yeah, basically, so he has to cast these guys, and I think he dips them in acid, and...
So someone else was mentioning using a T-pin in order to do this. Well, that's exactly what the Poke Tool is based on. It starts out as a T-pin, and then we do our casting, and then after the casting, it gets acid dipped, and after it gets acid dipped, it needs to be polished, and all these steps aren't individually annoying, but when you put them all together, it makes it really hard to both reliably and quickly produce them.
Yes, right at 54, they are hand casted into a little mold. Melon, you were correct. We had them for the Kickstarter party, and somebody said Watchword Rook said cancer awareness paint set, and I'd love that.
It'd be a great idea. There are definitely some technical things that have to be worked out for that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
And as everybody knows, we have a lot of really great ideas here, and we try and pull them together when and where we can. But they take time.
They do.
And holiday season's crazy.
Oh,
they had
yeah.
like, what, 300 and something orders downstairs. It was everybody all hands on deck kind of stuff. So
even Michael Collins has had a lot of orders to work on.
We're super busy.
Super busy. I've been doing the holiday paint, so we've been bouncing back and forth between the HD colors that are now released into Bones. They'll be available, I believe, next week. And also, what else? We just released the Dungeon Dwellers separately and the holiday paints. So we're kind of keeping that balanced. So we're pumping the remaining, I think we've got 2 more gallons of the holiday paints. That's what they're downstairs doing right now. Paint department killing it. But we have to label all that, of course. And yeah, a lot of work. Plainer Crossroads says, I'm currently battling breast cancer, survived cervical, skin, and ovarian cancer. Well, you got this, Plainer Crossroads. We're going to make it.
Absolutely.
Gonna make it. Survivor mode, activate. I like that. Let's see. Avrelina of Jarnis's. I don't think I've ever seen you in here before. I might have. Just kidding. Said I found Reaper's Jack and the Beanstalk set in a not so local game shop. I remember that, but I haven't seen it in a while.
I don't particularly remember it. I think I remember the giant. I don't remember.
I remember the name. I can't like picture it, which might mean it was before me. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
One of the metal.
I definitely remember that giant.
The metal kits. All right, so I'm going in there because I don't
still
think.
At least in the pistol case. So this was this was post
Post
those
box.
old boxes. Man, those boxes were awful. I'm glad we moved to the pistol cases.
Okay, so I got this teeth situation. His teeth don't look that big in the drawing, not drawing, picture, whatever those things are.
Oh, Viminequa? I probably messed that all up. Custom sculpts by chance? That's a complicated question. It kind of depends on what you want to do it for. You're welcome to send ideas, but that does not mean that those ideas will go anywhere, unfortunately.
So I'm tightening it up on the mouth so he doesn't look like he's got a bunch of toothpaste going. And then I don't know what color I'm going to do. I do have a white in here, but I don't feel like his teeth should be that white because he's busy fighting and stuff. I don't think he's brushing his teeth all the time. Let's see.
That's a genius idea, Valander.
Bed?
Picked up the Mockingbed Beast because apparently it's actually in something that was created, and one of his players is role-playing a phobia of mocking beasts.
What's
So
a
it's
mocking
two.
beast?
So anything that starts off as one thing but is actually a beast. So for example, the Mockingbed it's supposed to be a bed, but it's actually a creature trying to eat somebody.
Oh, like in Beauty and the Beast, but scary?
Sure. Mimics are often referred to as the treasure chest that has the big mouth. It's also one.
I see. All right. Let's take a look at what we've got. I guess the handle of his sword, I've got to do that. Is this a sword? Does anybody know if this is not a sword? Because it's square.
Well, it's definitely a sword. Now the question is, what type of sword is it?
I would like to know what type of sword this is. If anybody knows, I'd just love to hear it. Let's see, what time are we at, Michael Collins?
Well, we're at 4 o'clock, but
Wow.
you know, I didn't really want to stop because it seemed like you're having fun.
I'm having all the fun, but we've got to stop me sometime because you got to get ready for Reaper Live.
Yeah, that doesn't happen until 6, so...
Justin acts like there's a lot of work that needs to be done before.
You know, keyword right there. Keyword.
I'll keep going. I'll make them do Reaper.
We'll leave it up to the chat.
Leave it up to chat.
We'll say if you guys want us to go for another 15 minutes, right? We should put a good old 1 in the old chat.
1 in the chat for 15 more minutes.
If you've got somewhere to be and need us to close down, you can go ahead and put a 0, because that one's way further from the keyboard, so you can't actually mix it up.
I love that some of our people like
zeros.
go to bed, like go into bed from here. 'Cause different time zones.
Thank you, Lebrowski, for actually just
Yay.
typing it all out. I appreciate that.
Yay, yay, yay.
Polith, do you have any idea what our selections or options to choose from are on the sword?
Maladrox says, obviously that is an orc sword. Oh, Dave wants us to go. There it is. That's the only one I need.
I thought we banned him. I mean, all right.
We wouldn't ban Dave. I thought we were only banning the people that like the other sports team that was sports and...
Oh, the sports ball teams?
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta be careful with that old sports ball.
Against the Cowboys.
Every week that they play, when I remember it, I send an image rooting for the other team to Justin and Rod. Yeah, a little gif every week I get to remember it.
I really enjoy hockey, and if you go to hockey games, there's a lot of transplants in the area that like hockey. So usually, not for all teams, but for a lot of them, there's just as many people like against you as for you, and it's kind of a nice community sort of. I like it.
I just always like to root for the other people. So we went out on that the trip with to see the wrestling event that was
Yes.
I just kind of stood in my little area and asked the people around us who they were rooting for and would promptly root for the other team.
So Michael Collins, you remember when I said I got everything I needed?
Yeah.
I need a paper towel.
Oh.
So I can dry brush. It's in that corner in that shelf, cubby shelf.
Well, there's a lot of shelves over here.
It's in one of them.
I will give you not one, not two, but
Three?
three.
All right.
Oh, KHOP. I can't even say that. Yep.
Incubus Games is also from DFW and a huge hockey fan. Yeah, it is catching on to the point where when I was in high school, like one of the schools in the area had a hockey team. So I'm sure there'll be more people interested. 99 was when the Stars won and people got really excited about it. Oh, Corsair thinks that we volunteered the Camaro for the new Reaper daycare kids transport.
Oh, yeah. I'm
Corsair.
sure that's going to go over real well.
We've got to have the children first before the before the daycare opens. And apparently we've got a few more things we're working on getting done before that, so.
Here is the suggested sword. This is one that looks like the real life version. Oh, if I can make it bigger. There we go. Does that kind of look like... Oh, I'll have to look at that.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that.
It's very close. Very close.
Josie RK says, according to my Google source, it's more of a machete than a sword.
Oh.
I like a machete.
I don't know. Machetes don't really have a back arc on it at all.
Oh, they don't?
They're really flat, yeah. At least all the machetes I've ever had to use to clean up any of the garden stuff that my grandparents didn't want to do.
Use a machete to garden?
You do when the garden is surrounded by those little bamboo plants that are the worst weed ever created by anything.
Sorry. A little ASMR.
Planer, I have no problem with it. I also want you to recognize, though, that I am not in charge of any of that. So you have my blessing, but that doesn't really drive much for you.
I pretend to be in charge, but I'm also not. So I like Reaper pets and babies. Some people don't.
I will, however, pass the information along to the appropriate sources, and we will do what we can do.
Usually, people will either like pets or babies or both. There's something for everyone. Or plants. And we've got a plant here. Oh, yes. Trasherama says that is John. I think John is either in charge of it or he knows where to go to get in charge of it.
Yeah, Planer's just trying to get me to do more. She's like, Collins isn't busy enough. Let's Let's send him on away.
That's what I always hear. That Michael Collins, he's not got anything to do.
Yeah, he's nothing to do. He's just up here
Let's call
playing video
him.
games all day. Yeah. Heard it all. Heard it all.
I like to pretend that you guys color like in Microsoft Paint up here.
It's kind of what I'm doing for the photos we took for people's badges. I was really excited about that.
I can't wait to see our IDs.
You're gonna look really good in green. Tell you what, just like the whole screen, green.
Green.
Little green over the top, yeah. I was just kind of playing around. Little like 10% opacity of some greens or some purples, and little swirly swirls.
Watchword Rook says it looks like a love child between a scimitar and a machete. I was thinking scimitar, but I don't know anything.
Scimitars are usually really pretty curved too.
Well, this is curved. Giant meat cleaver, Rebecca the Well. Rebecca at the Well? Rebecca at the Well. Thank you, Twisted Oma. You're the best. Before the show started, I remember seeing you, bless you, in the chat a lot, bringing up my show. And I think that is so neat. You are so cool. I love my people. Oh, that's a little bubbly, and I don't think I'm dry brushing. I'm wet brushing.
Make sure to dry out the brush a bit more on the
Yeah.
tip top.
It does have a picture in it, in the Learn to Paint Kit booklet that shows you how it should look. I'm just getting ahead of myself and getting distracted and excited.
Ooh, that was huge. Okay, here is a scimitar picture. Also, if you're curious where I got these images, I just Google searched them and went to images. So shout out to anybody who happens to run across these images that are theirs. I just Google searched it, so
Credit.
my bad.
To you.
So this is not bad. It's not terribly far off.
Bye, Corsair. We'll see you next time.
Bye, Corsair.
Speaking of next time, we're going to be back at 6 doing Reaper Live. And then tomorrow we're going to be back. Well, I'm not going to be back, but you're going to be back.
At what time?
6?
Well, it's 6 on Friday night, girl.
No, tonight.
Oh, yes, tonight. Tonight's
6, Reaper Live. And then tomorrow 3
Absolutely.
for Bones 5 Live,
Absolutely.
which will be Reaperland
At one
in
point.
the future.
At some point.
I can't wait.
Once we get their intro together and some other cool stuff, so that it feels like a.
Yeah. One day I'm going to have an intro and a logo too. I'm actually working on it at home, and Michael Collins told me today I kind of need to finish it.
Thanks, Planner. I appreciate that. Both Michael and Collins are awesome. But Dave is also correct. You should always not trust me, because it could just be a potential troll.
Yeah, you never know.
I'm a goblin by soul and nature.
So I didn't dry brush this very well, and my plan is to go back with the skinny brush and like reverse dry brush. That's probably not what I should do.
So let's try doing this technique. Take one of the blacks. Do we have a black inside of there somewhere? A really dark color?
Yep,
Take
9037.
that and thin it out real thin. And that way we're going to turn it kind of into a wash or a glaze.
Oh, we're going to do a wash.
And then you go over the top.
See, what I was going to do is I was going to poke it dry in the spirit of making
each
things.
Individual.
Yeah, in the spirit of making things hard for myself, which was my painting style before I started this.
Ooh, Chinese.
Dadao. Oops, sorry. Is there a Michael Collins drink? Because if not, there should be.
Tom Collins, which
Tom
fun fact,
Collins.
the only reason I ever found out that was because it has Collins in it, and I drink it because it has
Do
Collins
you
in it.
really?
Yep.
You drink it not because it's your name, but because you like it?
Well, I started it because it was my name, and then I kept drinking it because it was worth drinking. Who suggested the sword? Was it Silvermane? Silvermane, I think that you're on point. I think this one's gonna be it.
So, that silver wasn't dry, so I made a black silver. But what we're going to do is we're going to let that dry, and then next time we'll dry brush the silver over it, so it'll just be a little bit special. It won't be exactly how it's supposed to be. I mean, all minis are a little bit special, even if you
Okay, what do you think? The sword?
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's her. Thank you, Glenn H25. Now blot it with a towel.
Oh yeah, that'll help pull the black off.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, I thought they were trying to get
Trolling
me
you?
to do a naughty, yeah, trolling me or whatever. I also need to bring a hairdryer up here. I've been slow enough that I don't have to dry it. I can just move on to another bit, and I'm still working on it, and it'll dry, but yeah.
Okay,
Nomad
that
Zeke
doesn't look
says,
terribly bad right there. Look at it.
no, we're getting there. We're really doing it. We're making it work.
Yeah, so
You know what
still
I
wet like that,
realized?
going over it? Yeah, real good idea.
I realized today that we haven't decorated for Christmas. We were gonna do Christmas. We haven't done it.
What do you mean we haven't done it?
We haven't done it. There's no Christmas. Do you see any Christmas in the set? Not that it's on camera right now. I put a Christmas ornament in it, but that's it. And I don't think it shows.
No, I've been lazy, or rather busy is the right word.
Busy, really,
Yeah.
is what it is. Josie RK said thin the wash a little bit for the bottom half. That would have been that's a great suggestion. I should have done that. Blotting it will pull the black off the highlight areas. That is true. No, Collins didn't ruin Christmas. Collins has been making Christmas possible for a lot of people. It's been really getting after it. Garage Yeti says just take the Sophie ornaments out of the bags. Ed open. That's a good idea. That is a good idea. We have one on the table.
Thanks, Trash. I don't get compliments very often, but you know, when I get them, I appreciate them. Classic Grinch and Scrooge before the change.
Oh, right. He's really getting there. Other than, and his teeth are looking a lot better. It's looking less like a toothpaste foam. So let's see.
Well, before you go on to the next step, we did get to our 15-minute point.
Perfect.
So
yeah,
we
I
need
was
to do
thinking
some
we're at a good
giveaways.
stopping point.
Alright.
We're going to do our giveaways. George Hensey wants to know what channel points are, and I forgot.
They're awesome points that we generate here in the channel. Right now, I believe you can do some fun stuff that are just natively in Twitch. In the future, you cataloging or utilizing the famous Reaper phrase soon TM. We will be utilizing those points to try and get some swag and some other stuff like that. So we're still working out some of those details, but we're getting there. So
Crockett 009.
You bring him up just a little bit because he's going to be out of focus, just directly on it, not like physically up.
Up,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, yeah, here he is.
I think we adjusted your focus to.
Thanks, guys that like him. He is, I could do a sepia wash over the teeth. Is it sepia or sepia?
I always call it sepia, but my English is not the best.
I think Anne calls it sepia. Elwindle. That was Elwindle's advice. I made sepia wash for the first time pretty recently. It was a complex color to make.
Really? Why?
I don't know. It's got a lot of colors in it. It's kind of it's difficult. Just some, I don't know what makes it that way, but some colors are a little iffier. Planar Crossroads says both are correct. That's kind of what I thought. Yeah.
I bet Planner's also going to say that tomato and tomato are both the same ways to say it, and tomato is clearly the only way.
Yeah, we all know that's true.
Or pecans. Pecans.
Josie RK says maybe a wash with the leather brown or the tan color. That's a good idea. I think we should stick to the colors that are in here. And actually, desert sand is probably going to be the winner because it's kind of brownish, yellowish, whatever. Thanks, Glenn H25. Thank you, Julie Cat. Thank you, everyone. I like him. I'm really falling in love with these guys. They are so neat.
All right, I have our winners. So
Yay!
I'm going to announce them both in vocally, which is going to be a nightmare for those people who care about what their name is. And then I will also put it in chat so that way you guys can see it. Now, that being said, Sadie, what do these people need to do in order to collect their PokeTools?
You're going to send an email to reaperlive@reapermini.com with your Twitch name? Or no? reaperlive@reapermini.com.
Yeah, what else do they need besides their Twitch name? What's the most important thing that you're going to need in order to get something?
Your address?
Absolutely.
Your address.
All right.
You're going to send your address and your Twitch name to reaperlive@reapermini.com, and there's a super secret way that they make sure that you are who you say you are, and they can't tell anybody because that would defeat the purpose.
Of the super secretness. Yes,
Super
I
secret
agree.
way.
All right, so our first winner is M5 Tie-In. Beep. Second winner is StridingAragorn. Oh, hey, there we go. ZestyUdders. Good name.
Ooh.
Definitely humorous. Beefinthehole. And then
Yay.
Jim D. 68. So congratulations to those 5 people. We appreciate you. Don't forget to send that email to reaperlive@reapermini.com.
Congrats. We love it. I'm happy for everyone. ZestyUdders. I hadn't seen that. That's a great name. Congrats, congrats, congrats. Love it. All right. Oh, okay. Anything new on that baby? Do we know if we can talk about it?
You know
or-
that Melon was keeping track of that, so if Melon has any news, that'd be great. If
Melon,
not,
any
we're
baby
gonna
news?
have to find a raid and sign out.
We're patiently awaiting baby news. You're very welcome, Evil Elvis. There's our PokeTool. That's what you find people are going to be receiving. Mike D is live. Is that Mike Disney? I like Mike Disney.
Yeah.
Oh,
will
there
head on
we
over to-
go.
We'll head on over to Mike.
We're going to get after it in
So,
6 seconds.
As we jump on in there, don't forget everybody to say hi. Let everybody know where you're coming from. Mike's going to know. But we appreciate all of you guys spending time with us.
Thank you guys. We love you.
Hope to see you guys again here at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, Reaper Live.